Hi everybody, this is TJ. In the CPX-2, you learn how to incorporate trend mode and hybrid mode with your trading. By using the trend mode indicator when trading in trend mode, you can visually see when to only take long trades or short trades. When the line is blue, you only go long. When the line is red, you only go short. In hybrid mode, we use this a little bit differently. We only look at these colors if we're going to stop and reverse. So say we're in a long trade and we have a reversing order to go short. As long as our trend mode indicator is blue, we're not going to go short. We're going to stay long. So it helps filter out some stop and reverse trades. And some modes work better on some charts than others. Now, if you're using Counterpunch Express 2, you can learn how to apply these filters. A mode is like a filter. You could trade a particular chart in standard mode without using this indicator at all. Just take all the trades. Or trend mode, where you only take the trades that agree with the direction of the color. Or hybrid mode, where you only stop and reverse with the agreement of our trend mode indicator color. But what if you forget? What if you're trading and you forget to use the mode that you're trading properly? With Counterpunch Express 2, you can certainly trade in the three modes of Counterpunch, but you have to remember how to do it, what to do, when to do it, not to forget, etc. And how do you compare? How would you compare one with the other to see which one is better? The Counterpunch Trader, on the other hand, the older sibling and bigger, badder strategy that is the entire Counterpunch trading method, will track these modes for you and will know when to avoid trades. So if you're in trend mode, it will not print a trade that goes against the color, for example. That's a great benefit. It helps avoid costly mistakes, but also makes visually fast testing and back testing your charts so much faster and easier. Just the time you save when building a trade plan, it's worth it. I mean, that your time is valuable too. Where the real power comes in, though, is how it syncs up with the Trade Assist automation. Because the Trade Assist automation will sync up with the full Counterpunch Trader. It helps us answer the all-important big questions. What mode is best for a particular chart? With a few clicks of the mouse, we can quickly discover these high-level answers. I'm going to show you a couple charts now, and we're going to compare one mode with the other, and I'm going to show you how fast and easy it is with just a few clicks of the mouse to determine which mode is best for which chart. I'll show you a few examples and talk you through this so that you know exactly what I mean. Now, the chart we're looking at is the Spider, SPY. This is a great swing trading chart. This could be the Counterpunch Express 2, but we're actually looking at the complete Counterpunch Trader. And the reason why I want to show this to you in the Counterpunch Trader is so that we can access the powerful Trade Assist automation and compare the benefits of trend mode, standard mode, hybrid mode, and see which ones work best on specific charts. So like this, we can produce performance reports. So this is standard mode, and the way we could tell is that I did not put the trend mode indicator on this chart. Let's take a look at its performance. All right, so we're looking at the last 10 years worth of trades, and we can see some really great numbers here. I don't want you to pay much attention to the total net profit. Let me just explain. With this report, I only put one share on each target. We're going to scale out at target 1, target 2, target 3, and trail. But we're not interested in trading the actual shares. We're interested in trading options, calls and puts. This is a $400 stock, and we don't want to tie up a lot of money. We'd rather tie up less money and make larger percentage gains and control our risk with options. And I'll explain how to do that in another video. What we're interested in is the profit factor. Anything over 1.5 is good. We're interested in well-balanced trades, longs and shorts. Now, obviously, we've been in a big, long bull market, so we could expect long trades to outperform short trades. We're also interested in the winning percentage. You could see it's winning 83% of the time, which is great. The most important number is this one, the average net profit per trade. Because the more we make on an average net profit, the more we could scale up with compounding. Now, this is per share, the average net profit per share per trade. So that's why I like to only put on one share, because then we know we make $3.58 a share. So if you want to trade 100 shares, you can do the math. Or if you want to trade one option, we'll do slightly in the money options, and you could figure that it's going to be a delta of anywhere from 50, 60, maybe on up to 70 as we get closer to profit, even higher. And you can pretty much assume that it's going to be very profitable when you see nice numbers like this per share every time you take a trade. It's the average of all wins and losses. It's a very important number. And of course, I like to look at winning streaks and losing streaks. So it's only lost 3 in a row, but it's had a 36 trade winning streak. So that's pretty cool to know. All right, so this is standard mode. Keep an eye on these numbers. What happens? How could we easily compare standard mode to the performance of trend mode? We're going to use our trade assist automation to help us. Let me show you how easy it is. First of all, we're going to put on a trend mode indicator. With Counterpunch Express 2, you know when it's blue, you only go long. When it's red, you only go short when you're in trend mode. But you have to keep track of that and just know to do that. With the full Counterpunch Trader, we could tell the strategy to do that for us. It's really simple. We open up the strategy and we go to trend mode, which is false because it's in standard mode. Now we're going to turn it to true, which will put it into trend mode. And then we'll compare the results. So let's take a look at the performance report. All right, so the average net profit went down a little, and that's because there are fewer trades. This is pickier. The one thing I want to point out to you, though, this is far better because the profit factor went up considerably from 2.0 to 2.29. That's a big jump. The win rate went up to over 86.5%. That's a big jump, over 3% better than standard mode. You could see the win rates good on the short side as well. And also the average net profit went up. And our winning streak is a little better. So this is overall, trend mode is better than standard mode over the last 10 years with this trade plan, trading the spider. And all we had to do was click a few buttons with the trade assist automation to figure that out. And what's better is that when we're looking at the chart itself, it's going to filter out trades that don't belong. So for example, if there's a short trade and the line is blue, we're not going to see it. It's not going to print. We could choose to print it and show it in gray in case we want to see it. But the whole idea is simplicity and only the correct trades that fit within the trend mode rules are going to print. So big benefit to the full Counterpunch Trader. Okay, in this next example, we're going to look at unleaded gas futures. This is an excellent day trade chart, and it's actually, you could see some really nice trades here. The last trades that have printed as of this recording. But that doesn't matter. We're not here to look at that. We're here to compare modes. So we have trend mode on. I've got the indicator on. I ran a report using trend mode. And it's so-so. I mean, it wins almost 80% of the time. This is looking back about a month and a half, maybe 7 weeks, give or take. 194 trades. It's not considering any limits, any trade strategy goals, power of quitting or anything. It's just all trades. And we could see that the profit factor is not as high as we want it. We want it to be 1.5 or higher, so we have a nice win rate. $35 net profit per trade isn't so bad with a chart that's $4.20 a tick, but there's some slippage in there, and these numbers just aren't quite good enough. Not impressed with trend mode. Let's take a look at standard mode. So I can just click on Format Strategies. I'm not going to change the actual visual calculator. We'll just change the automation calculator. I'm going to set this to false, so now it's in standard mode. Let's see if this might be better. Sometimes standard mode works better. Depends on the chart and market. Take a look. Oh my goodness. It almost doubled in profit, probably more than doubled. We're way up over 1.5 now. The win rate went up, but what's really impressive is look at the average net profit per trade, $87 per trade. Every time you take a trade, you're going to put $87 in your account per contract on average when you net out all wins and losses. For a day trade, that's amazing. If you can make $50 average net profit per contract per trade, within 2 years you can have a $10,000 a month income and $250,000 in your trade account. We've done webinars on that. I'm sure I'll do one again soon. So when you're pushing $87 per contract, that's fantastic. Now, granted, this is only looking at 7 weeks, but it's still 166 trades. And it's well balanced, long and short. So this is really good. What about hybrid mode? Hybrid mode is when you go standard. We have a standard mode approach, but we will not stop and reverse unless the reversing trade agrees with our trend indicator line. Standard mode doesn't consider the line at all, doesn't care. It's just going to take all trades within the time window that we put in. I think this is between 9 and noon or something like that. Doesn't matter. Just to show you how we quickly discover the benefits of these modes with Counterpunch and how to decide which one to use for which chart we want to trade. So hybrid mode's really easy too. You just open up the strategy. You make sure that you're in standard mode. So trend mode set to false. And then hybrid mode is a 1-0 input. 0 means false. 1 means true. It's really simple. I did it like this so that we can do optimization tests. I'll probably show you that on another video. So let's take a look at how well this does with hybrid mode. All right, so hybrid mode, you could see that it made a little less on the net profit side. It made a little bit less on the profit factor side. It's not quite as good on with shorts as longs, and it's a nice win rate, but less money on an average net profit. So hybrid mode is not bad, but it's not as good as standard mode. So standard mode wins out of the 3 modes with this particular chart. So that's good news if you're a Counterpunch Express 2 trader, because then you don't have to worry about keeping track of the modes. Just don't use the trend indicator and trade standard mode. It's just one example. Put it back really quick and you'll see again. Yeah, big difference. Standard mode is definitely better. Let's remove this indicator from this chart so it doesn't tempt us to use it. And that's the best approach for unleaded gas futures. All right, so you can see the power of knowledge that you get with the great Counterpunch Trader Trade Assist. Just with this one little bit of information about which mode to use. I'm going to show you how we can determine our best trend mode indicator. In other words, this indicator here is set to a specific input. It's a specific speed, but maybe a slower one or a faster one will work better on a particular chart. The default settings, of course, are a great universal set of inputs, and they work on most charts quite well, but what if we can find a better one specific to a symbol or time frame? Wouldn't it be worth knowing that? We can find that out, something that might take weeks or longer if we were to try to do it manually, but we can find that out within a matter of minutes or even faster with our automation. In the next video, I'm going to show you how. I'll see you then.